Hey guys, we are back by popular demand. Yeah.
Yes.
You sure?
People like us.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up,
We are the terrible trio. Hi, Wullie. Oh, this is Lucifer.
mate.
Howdy.
And this is Nick. I reversed my screen so I would know what I was doing when I was pointing, and I got it completely wrong. So, good evening, Pete.
Hello,
Pete. How's it swelling?
The Queasy Quartet. No, that doesn't work.
Oh, I don't know. Don't write it off just yet.
Peter Cushion's in the house.
Nice.
Thanks to Nick.
Vinny boy's here.
Show them your line in Lucifer.
Wow, I've got red lining.
Oh.
So I can join you in that much.
I'll sort you one out, mate. Don't worry.
Nice.
Sort you one out. We'll see if I can get that size though. I don't know.
Oh no, it's a lot to ask for.
Excuse me, I've just buttoned my microphone in my shirt.
I think Billy Smart's using his circus tent this season that weight.
Straight away, we pull in our demographic with Billy Smart jokes. Getting the youngins in.
Gin, that is.
We need no incidents tonight, mate.
Podcast.
School night, isn't it? It's a school night. I'll have a drink.
Yeah, I've had a wee bit of tidy up. It's still not entirely. Still a wee mess over in that corner there. You can see the natural lean of the house. You look at that bookcase.
It's lovely, mate. Beautiful. Just adds
Yeah.
character.
That's it. These old houses when they're settling, have a nice kind of jaunty angle to them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've got all my bookcases up now, practically, and everything now.
It looks very smart. Very nice.
Cheers. Come on. That's where I sit and watch all my horror movies.
Excellent.
All the magic stuff's in front of me that I'll work with.
See, I can't do that because I live in a bed sit. So I'm stuffed. It's like an old home for horror fans.
An old home for horror fans, yeah. Right, so what we're doing? Oh, I know what we're doing. The Terrible Trio are looking at the Conjuring films and the people who inspired them, Ed and Lorraine Warren. So I kind of like. I think later on, people are going to know what I think of them as we're talking about this goes on. But I think later on, as we go through, we'll talk about whether there is anything to these films and the fact that they are supposed to be based on a true story here and there and everywhere. But we'll get started because, as is my wont, I have a PowerPoint. Hey, indeed. Oh God, what am I like? Just before the show started, I was asking the guys, what was the name of that book the guy wrote again?
It's right fucking there.
It's
Right
just
there.
the first slide of my PowerPoint. Right, Edward and Lorraine. I mean, Ed Lorraine, self-taught demonologist. I didn't know there was any other kind of demonologist, but there you go. An author and a lecturer and whatever. And Lorraine Warren, a clairvoyant and a medium. So they said, who am I to disbelieve them? They look incredibly trustworthy, I think. Especially Ed.
I love it. Looks like a used car salesman, doesn't he?
It does indeed.
Yeah.
That's one of his. That's one of the better photographs of him.
Oh,
you're going to learn loads, Pete. Because if you don't know Edinburgh, just make it up. So in 1952, the Warrens founded the New England Society of Psychic Research. We'll have a look at that later on because they have a website. And it's the oldest ghost hunting group in New England. There you go. There must be more groups in New England other than them. And they claim to have investigated well over 10,000 paranormal cases. I've not even had 10,000 nights out in my life, so quite know, and I've tried.
Well, you probably have, but a few of them have just merged into the other one because you have to sleep in between. See, that's the problem.
That's it. You're right. Maybe I have. Got you there, Warrens. The Warrens were among the first investigators in the Amityville haunting. We'll get onto that in a wee second. And their cases have been adapted and inspired dozens of films, TV series, and documentaries. Right, I'll just put that in there. So, first time that I became aware of these lovely people was the Amityville Horror, but not until years after I'd seen the Amityville Horror. So I thought that was a good place to start. What were your guys' kind of like thoughts of the Amityville Horror, and especially the idea that it was supposed to be true?
Well, I have to put my hands up and say I've never seen the movie, The Amityville Horror. I know, slap wrists all around. I do plan on changing that. I'm not too well versed. Thank you, Nick. I needed that.
Get him off the show. What's he doing here?
Right, that's enough of that.
See, there you go. I deserve it. I get my horror cred down there. Don't you worry. There'll come a time where I'll be like, yeah, but what about this classic? And you'll both be like,
oh no, no, no. I just did that for the humours. You've got us all beat with the video nasties to begin with, because you've seen ones there that even I don't.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You have watched some old shit, Lucifer. I'll tell you.
Oh God, yes, abso-fucking-lutely.
Anyway, as you were saying.
I'm not too well versed with the story of the Amityville Horror or the case itself or Ed and Lorraine's involvement with it. So I'm gonna have to let you guys take the lead on that one. I'm gonna be with Pete, like taking notes, learning.
Well, I agree with Pete that the remake was better.
I think I've not seen the remake. I think if he's talking about the sequel, I think maybe Amityville 2, which is the prequel to Amityville
Possession or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was
into the.
I think that was more fun.
Yeah.
This is actually not a very good movie, to be honest. It's okay. It's enjoyable. Got a kind of nice 70s vibe. It does all the kind of the possession. Hey Dave,
hello,
thanks
Dave.
for joining us.
How's it swelling?
Dave's probably got all the Amityville films in a box set. He's probably got a couple of box sets of the Amityville films, I would imagine. The Amityville Horror is an interesting one to watch because it does kind of like lay down all the kind of tropes that are going to come in every other movie that comes afterwards. But strangely not the best of its genre. The sequel's better. Amityville 3 is, I think, even better because it's a worse movie, but it's in 3D, so that makes it better.
We got a shark in it.
It comes flying out the screen. not what I'm guessing it doesn't have. I'm trying to turn the page on something else. It doesn't have a giant pig with glowing eyes, which is in the Amityville, which is that's a close up of it. It's a stunningly bad special effect. But maybe it's making Lucifer want to watch it, isn't it?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So it's a funny one, isn't it? It's one of the old classics, really, but it's not a classic. It's like, turned out for the time. Turned out for the time. Didn't it follow on from the ones like The Exorcist and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it was because of the success of The Exorcist. All these started to get, because The Exorcist is, of course, based on a true story as well. Because his name is Father Merrin, isn't it?
Yes, Father Merrin.
Yeah,
an actual kind of like exorcist. All true, of course. Yeah. I think the Warrens, as far as us are concerned, were kind of like interlopers who just kind of like came along, and they had a kind of habit of turning up at places and saying that they were doing their thing, but they weren't always welcome when they turned up. Let's just put it that way. Although if you were to read The Demonologist, though, they were like Marvel superheroes that just kind of swooped in and took care of the paranormal. But yeah, it all kind of like started here, I think, with the Amityville Horror, or Amityville, however you guys say it.
That Ed Warren, what he used to do, he was a amateur painter, and he used to go around and paint people's haunted houses if they said that they was haunted. And he'd paint the house, and then he would go to the door and say, "I can have your painting," and that was his foot in the door. That was how he got in. And he'd say, "But I'm also a demonologist, and my wife's a psychic, and we'd like to investigate." And that's how they used to worm their way in. Yeah. So you got a nice picture of your house, but you ended up with them two for dinner.
Yeah, that's true. And they didn't come along. They would usually bring a demon with them at the same time.
Yeah,
it's like they were big on doing a little bit of research as well when they went into places. They would always have like somebody who was a witch somewhere, or somebody who was something somewhere already looked up. Or maybe they did. Maybe they were actually in touch with these spirits.
Yeah. What, like I am on a Friday night?
But your spirits are believable. Dave's not right. Dave, you've got to get shopping for the box set. If there is a box set, I've got a Region 1 box set, which is quite an old one.
That's a good one, though. I quite enjoyed that one, the 2005 one. That's the one about it being built. It actually had a story about it that it was built on an Indian burial ground.
Right.
House. So the demon was like an Indian spirit. Yeah. Catch 'em, kill 'em, or something. It was on the fridge. They kept finding these words, "catch 'em, kill 'em," where they caught the Indians and slaughtered them, and then they was coming back for revenge. So it's not too bad. It weren't too bad for a remake.
Is that Ryan Reynolds is in that? Or?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Now he just buys football teams.
What were their day jobs? Well, painting houses.
No one knows.
Cleaner. Yeah. You know what? That's the one thing I never bothered looking into. What were their day jobs? Guys, talk about something. I'm going to Google what were their day jobs. Ed Warren's day job.
Well, he was a self-professed demonologist, wasn't he?
Yeah. Self-taught as well.
Yeah, so am I. I'm one of them. I've got a book over there about it, and I read it, and now I'm a demonologist.
Yeah, me too. I've seen The Exorcist loads of times.
Yeah.
My memory's not very good, though. I keep forgetting the names of books. So
I used to do that exorcism, but the holy water's a bastard to get hold of nowadays. All the priests are locked up, aren't they?
Yeah. And just think how much faulty holy water they must have used over the years. Think about it. After they've been, the priest that did the blessing, it just doesn't bear thinking about. Yeah, they were both, they were Roman Catholic, but I don't know if there really was any real connection to the church as such.
They were connected to the church. I think that is true.
Yeah.
I think that where they were from? Was it Boston? Did you say? I can't remember now.
New England.
Yeah, New England. They say they have people from the church affiliated to their organisation. I'll bring it back up again, and we'll take us back.
I think where they were churchgoers, the priests used to tip them off when they had people come in and say, "Look, I've got these strange things going on," and then they worm their way in to get round and have an investigation. And that's the truth. That's how they used to do.
Yep.
Or paint a picture for them.
Dave, honestly, this is a serious investigation. This program.
Oh, Dave, can you imagine being in that for a drink
Dear
one night?
me.
That'd be a slaughterhouse, wouldn't it?
Okay, let's get back on track. Pete, get us back on track here. The kind of folk who would have be hanging witches if they were born. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But then look at him. You would buy a used car for him, wouldn't you? Kind of prove. Yeah, Annabelle. Now we're going to jump forward from Amityville, going straight up to the Conjuring films, and Annabelle was first seen in the Conjuring, and as you can see on the right hand side, the Annabelle that was possessed in the case that the Warrens took care of looks slightly different from the one that was in the movie.
Not only that, the one in the movie has a completely different name to the doll as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because what was the doll called again? It was
Robert, I think.
Was it?
I believe so.
It was a trans doll.
I believe so. Either that or there's another haunted doll somewhere. Hey, you asked what it was really called.
Wow, really? Robert?
Yeah, I think it was something like Robert.
I'm beginning to think maybe it was possessed.
Oh, Bob the doll.
That's trying. I'm going to have to rethink my whole theory about the Warrens.
Oh, we got to look that up, Wullie. That's a cracker.
Okay, was Annabelle really?
Either that or I've got it mixed up with a different haunted doll.
What was it called?
Really
Robert?
called
My uncle
Robert.
Bob used to dress up like that. Oh, brilliant.
It originally belonged to Robert.
Ah, right. There we go. There we go. I knew there was a Robert in there somewhere. Everyone knows someone called Bob, don't they? Eh?
I wish it was called Robert.
Hey, it can be now.
It can be now.
You can edit Wikipedia, can't
you? Oh, wait a minute.
I'll just read James Wan up and say, we've got a great idea for you, mate. Change the name of that doll. It's going to be called Bob, and it's possessed.
Right. Well, here's the thing, though, guys. Here's the thing. There is a Robert doll. Do you want to see it?
There we go.
Yeah, that's a ventriloquist one, isn't it?
There you go.
That one.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I was getting it mixed up.
Yeah, that's good save. That is terrifying.
Luce put that up on.
Yeah, whilst you guys weren't looking, I was quickly like,
it's probably been that fake arm you've got. You just put it up there.
There you go. There is a direct-to-DVD film called Robert.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's the one with the it's like a, what do they call it? A ventriloquist dummy, isn't it?
That's so good. It's actually let's bring it back up. Let's have a look at Robert.
Right, what was Annabelle's real name then?
It was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah,
they were mass-produced dolls like Chucky.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
And Robert, Raggedy, it all fucking works, doesn't it?
It was supposed to be possessed by a little girl. 2 nurses had it. 2 nurses came across it, didn't they? And in America, was it in the 70s? And they actually invited a little girl who died in their apartment or in their block, and they found out about it, and her name was Annabelle. So they invited her. They called the doll Annabelle, but then they say it got possessed by her, and this weird stuff happened. Like notes kept appearing, and they found it standing up in the hallway once with its floppy legs.
Yeah.
This would have been so much better if they'd actually used a Raggedy Ann doll in the movies.
Yeah, but there was probably licensing issues with that.
Yeah.
Raggedy Robert, no problem.
Hey, there you go. There's a hole in the market, chaps. We need to talk about this. After the show, though, you know.
That's a freeway comic if ever I've seen one.
After the show,
yeah.
It's the one thing that we'll jump on. We'll jump on it because it's in the Conjuring. You first see this doll, and I actually really like the Conjuring. It's a really good movie, but who's going to buy that doll for their kids? Nobody's going to buy that doll for their kids, even when that doll's
looking pretty.
It's grotesquely scary doll.
Well, in the other film, the guy bought it for his wife, didn't he? And it looked pristine. They'd had it done up. He found it in an antique shop, and then
still scary.
Handsome people came in and killed her or whatever. Or they came in.
That's right. Yeah. You do love the Conjuring. Oh, good. Jay's going to give us some Conjuring facts in the movies. That's much appreciated, Cap.
Hello, Cap. How the devil art thou?
Where you go back to the sports ball. I've got a habit of having streams when there's something else or people want to watch. Right. So, okay, The Conjuring came out, and it was a good horror movie coming from a dry patch of not particularly good horror movies, especially from studios. With the exception of the Insidious films, I think, which were James Wan as well, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. And Pete's not seen any of these movies, so no spoilers.
Okay.
The Conjuring. I showed this to my students because I took a unit for a few years where I had to do script writing with them, and so we'd analyze movies, and I decided this was one I was going to show them, and they kind of enjoyed it. I thought I have to go for a modern film as well because I've tried Psycho in the past, and while it was good, they do still all find the ending quite funny, you know, because it's just of its time. I watched this film, and going in knowing it was based on the Warrens, it was a hard sell for me because I really don't like them. And but they cast two actors that are really good and really likable as them. So that helped. It was well made, and it kind of like, you know, it does what it does on the tin. But when you get towards the end, they do this in all the movies. It's not really a spoiler. They will show you, you know, bits from the actual case files, and you'll see the actual Warrens, and then straight away it reminds me that it's based on these two people that I don't like. And I just wish they wouldn't do that and just keep it as just its own world that isn't connected to this is based on a true story, you know?
Yeah.
Just have it say that based on a true story, and then you forget about it once you're enjoying the movie. And that's the only kind of problem I have with the three films, really. This is by far the best of them, I think. Your thoughts, guys?
Well, I first saw this back when it came out, and I remember the first time I saw it, I absolutely hated it. Did not like it one bit. And then a few months later, I have no idea why I do this once in a blue moon. I'm like, I didn't like that movie, but I need to give it another shot. And when I gave it another shot, I absolutely loved it. Absolutely adored it. And both times I went in not knowing anything about Ed or Lorraine Warren, didn't know anything about their existence until I saw this movie. And it was only once I saw this movie that I found out about the book, The Demonologist, and all that, and went from there. And I'm with you. I think it's the best one out of the lot. But then again, I've only seen this one and Conjuring 2. I haven't seen the rest. So,
Right.
you know.
Okay. You've seen the two best ones, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a work of genius to pick them two characters up, the Warrens, and then do what they did with them. Because I mean, just even, no matter if you like them or not, they're just two people that have created that sort of background of being psychic demonologists, and then they've just gone on from there, and someone's gone, oh, that'll make a good little story. I mean, most of these Conjuring films they weren't involved in anyway. So they've just using them as, let's say, actors really in it. Although they're is it Rita Farmiga and who's the guy who plays Ed Warren in it?
Oh,
I always forget his name.
Patrick Wilson, is it?
That's it. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, they are really they're the Warrens that we see.
Yeah,
they make believe, you know, written into a script, but they've used obviously the people.
There they are.
Yeah, and they're great. I think they're great. They picked up on that James Wan, and who were the people that wrote it? It was the Hayes. Was it Chad and Corey Hayes wrote the original scripts? So they picked up. As a writer, we're all writers. You if you get an idea like that, you can develop it, even if it's a bit of a shit, you know, story to begin with. You develop it and make it your own, and that's what they've done. And I think they created a brilliant universe out of it using them.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I think they've done a really good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much, Dave. Yep.
Yeah.
This was based on an actual haunting that there you go. There's the Conjuring house, and there's the actual house that it was based upon. And it sticks quite closely to oh God, I hate saying this, the true story.
The Perrins, wasn't it? The Perrin family.
Yeah, it's one of these ones where you've got a family. The father was always away at work, and they bought this house out in the middle of nowhere. And it's one of these kind of stories where the guy who's or renting the house in the middle of nowhere, the guy that kind of handed over the keys says to the father, "Don't always leave a light on at night," sort of thing. You know, that kind of stuff. Which is one of these things you think has been made up after the fact, surely, you know. But who's going to hand over the keys to somebody moving into your place and tell them something like that? You know, definitely not me. But it's a good start to the real story, as it were. And because the father's always away, you've got like a mother there who's mentally not quite stable, and the two young kids, and things are heard and seen and so on. And then when the Warrens turn up, because the mother gets in touch with it must be their organisation, which we'll talk about in a wee minute, and she gets in touch with them, and they come on the scene, and then suddenly it's an old witch, isn't it?
Yeah,
that was
or demonic possession.
Yeah, it's an old witch. So
they took it to the basement, didn't they? They said it was all happening in the basement. Well, what more of a spooky place would you pick than the basement?
Yeah, so
that's your fucking kitchen, would you, if you wanted to frighten someone?
No, not at all.
Dishwasher.
Yeah, it's got to be the basement or the attic. So this was one of these ones where the father never believed it all as well, you know. So he was a skeptic, but he's now a believer. I think everybody in his family is now a believer. At least they all became believers when the daughter wrote a book In fact, a series of books. And this is a connecting tissue between all these stories. Whenever somebody decides to write a book, it's amazing how many people become believers, or when journalists get involved. But yeah, it's actually quite a good kind of real ghost story, and quite a good film too, based on it, I think.
But the witch that they said was there was Bathsheba.
Yep.
And they said that she murdered her child for Satan. But if you look into it, her children died of natural causes. It was in the 19th century. And she died. She didn't hang herself. She died of a stroke. She actually buried out there somewhere. But yeah, it's all flavoured up, obviously, so that people like us can sit and watch it and go, "Yay, here we go."
Totally. Yeah.
I've never been on this website. This is awesome.
This is the New England Society for Psychic Research. And this is, as you can see, sponsored by the Terrible Trio up there in the corner. This is the society that they founded in 1952. That was on my first slide. And so I thought it would just be interesting to have a look at it. Because, look, they've been featured in all these amazing places. They have a con that they put on, like a Comic-Con, the Phantasma Con, which we should probably check out and see if we can't go there some year. And they have their cases, events, education. I don't know if that's quite the word you would use. There's a lovely picture of Ed there. There's another lovely picture. Yeah. That's them. Yeah. But interesting thing is if you go on, you can explore the cases. So they've got their actual kind of case files that everything's kind of like based on, and you can have a wee look at them. So there's Annabelle here. Is an interesting one. Maybe have a look at that later.
Isn't it convenient that they got those in order, that there's suggestions that the next film is going to be about the werewolf?
Yeah.
Well, people thought that the third one was going to be about the werewolf, because before the second and the third one were made, you had the Demonologist, but then you had about 5 or 6 other books that came out after that, and one of them was called Werewolf. So everyone thought, right, that's what the third movie will be, because that's what everyone wanted it to be, and then it turned out it was the what was it, Demon Murder Trial?
Demon Murder Trial. Yeah, which is the third movie, which is a lot more like, you can tell they're heading towards doing a TV show after this, because it's a lot more like a pilot for a TV show, this third movie, I think.
I think there's talks of that, isn't there? I think HBO
and that, it almost feels like that, because it feels like 2 different parts that are put together.
Yeah.
So you've got the Amityville stuff here as well, you can have a look at, which is true story of what happened there, and then you've got all the bullshit really that's to do with the Warrens and everything else coming in.
Well, going back to what we just saw there about that, the demon, that was it was the guy that you just had up there, the demon trial. That one, Johnson. And in the film, it makes out that they've represented him, and he got off the hook on the basis of that he was possessed by a demon. That's all complete shit, because the judge threw that out. I think he got 5 years for manslaughter or something, self-defense. The guy was attacking him as well. But yeah, it shows you how they flavour it all up, though.
Yeah. That's why it always says based on a true story at the beginning.
Yeah. But you can tell with us,
you will never find a movie that says this is the true story. It's always based on as a legality. Even with biopics, it's based on a true story, or loosely based on a true story as a legality, so that they can just go, you know what, audiences aren't going to respond to this well. Let's put stuff in to jazz it up.
Yeah.
But you can see by the amount of information they have here, which isn't much at all, that for a 90-minute movie or a 2-hour movie, there's not an awful lot of truth in it.
Anything on there about Ed Warren's alleged living lover?
Not unless her name was Stepney Cemetery.
No,
Or
apparently,
Borley Church.
allegedly, he met a girl when he was 15, and the girl lived with him for 30 years, had a child and everything.
Wow.
So, yeah, other bits. And she wasn't very happy that arranged, so she was going to divorce him, I think. But I think by the time she got round to that, they realised they was a good pair at making money.
Right.
Good partnership. So maybe they were the first celebrity pair together just to make money. There's loads of them now.
That again, that's another good movie. There's actually a lot of good movies you can make just based on them alone, without all the supernatural stuff. Borley Church.
Borley Rectory, that's supposed to be.
Yeah. So that's Borley Rectory. So that's the nun, isn't it?
I don't know if they investigated that. I thought that was Harry Price.
They didn't. They just they just went there, I think, or say they were there. This is a thing that they do as well. They took other people's investigations, and they would just visit the place, or have a photograph standing next to it or something, and say that they were involved in some way. But is this not the most haunted
place in England, I reckon?
Yeah.
Like physical building.
Yeah. So
the most haunted place is Pluckley, which is up the road from me.
Oh, you're right in the thick of it, mate.
Oh, mate, there's all sorts of weird shit goes on around here.
Yeah.
Look, I've apologized about that, and we did say that we weren't going to talk about my shenanigans on this show, all right?
Yeah. When Luce comes back, I often find us running about in the nude around the woods. Tallywhackers out and everything. Woo.
Oh, how else are you going to do it? I mean, there was that one time I wore my Spider-Man outfit to it, and you told me off, so, you know.
That's because I couldn't get the back of it.
As long as Robert wasn't there, that's fine.
Oh, he was there in spirit.
Hi there, not my monkeys. Good to see you back.
Hey, monkeys.
Yeah.
I thought he wasn't coming back after he watched the Over the Top show. I probably wouldn't have come back after watching that. I don't know if Stato doesn't seem to be about, because he's got an open invitation. If he has about, you can jump on. Right. I'm going to bring us down again. We might come back to it, but it's an interesting wee kind of website to have a look at. What else are we looking at here? So the Conjuring 2, or the Enfield haunting, which has been made into a few different things, isn't it?
Yeah. There was a 3-part mini series with Timothy. Yeah,
Spall,
that's it. Yeah.
Or Rafe Spall, was it?
Yeah. It was Timothy Spall. Yeah, I remember that one. And
I like that film. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah. The on the left here is the Conjuring house in the movie, and on the right, the one with the bins. That's the real house. So the real house doesn't seem to have a haunted tree in the garden. So
I remember that.
You've not seen this one, have you? You've seen this one, haven't you, Lucifer? Yes,
I have seen this one. This one, the moment it came out, because I really enjoyed the first one. After the second viewing, I was like, I'm all in. I want to see this one, and because it was about the Enfield haunting as well, because I think that's a fucking amazing story. I was all over it like a rash, and I walked out of it going, it was good. It was good, but it just wasn't the first movie. It felt so tonally different from the first movie, and I couldn't quite get my head around that. I was like, no, you should have tried keeping it in there, keeping that tone with it. Funnily enough, though, a few weeks back, I went to have my hair cut, and the usual guy that cuts it, he wasn't there. He had like someone else working there, and it was a guy who actually came from that street that house is on. And he said, he got a place there, moved on it, and he said ever since he got there, he was like, no, he couldn't handle it. He had to move out there as quickly as possible. He said every time he walked past that house, he was like, he just felt so nauseous. So I don't know whether that's someone who's buying into it, or whether that just is how it is. It's one of those places that I'm like, okay, if I have to travel anywhere, that's a place I want to travel to. I want to be, I want to stand outside that house.
Right.
Yes, still there, isn't it?
Pete makes a good point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting
There
that.
you go. There you
They
go.
obviously, the ghosts obviously don't like Sky Sports, mate.
That's it.
Well, we all know after seeing Truly Madly Deeply with Alan Rickman that ghosts like to watch movies.
Or the old boy that sits in a chair. My name's Bill Wilkins.
Yeah.
I'm Scottish.
This film's too long, and it feels like they've added too much stuff that wasn't anything to do with the actual haunting. They didn't need to add. They were world building the way that Marvel does, I think.
Yeah.
In this movie, they didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Also, the house seems to be like a TARDIS. It seems inside. It seems to be vast compared to the size of the house, which is weird. But I mentioned it before. It has my favorite ever scene in any of these movies, and that's where Ed Warren picks up the guitar and starts singing to the kids.
Yeah.
In the living room, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen in a horror movie. And that includes American Werewolf and Ghostbusters.
The kids who can't act, the little kids.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's even funnier when you actually imagine the real Ed Warren doing that.
I think that bit in the movie is fucking brilliant, just because you've got this whole horror tone, and it's like, but for a couple of minutes, we're going to be Sound of Music and make this really wholesome, and then we're going to go back to the horror movie.
Yeah, it's only because the guy has done musicals and can sing. So because the actor can do that, let's have this scene in it.
Yeah,
it is gold, though. It's comedy gold.
I think one of the greatest things in it for me personally is the little kid who stutters and likes biscuits. And my missus, even now, comes in and she goes, "Yay, biscuits!" It's like a biscuit will sort everything out. Just before the crooked man gets you, have a biscuit.
Yeah. And that was probably take 97 as well.
But all the inside of the houses in the 70s. When I was brought up in London and we didn't have a house, we had a flat. But if I had mates who had houses and none of us had a pot of piss in, they were wrecked like that. It was just like that. But no one had a remote control for the telly.
No,
they hadn't even been invented then.
Yeah. No. If you had any trouble with the telly, you had to get the small metal tube that you had to walk over, and you had to put it into the knob that was inside the telly that you could only get with the small metal tube, and you had to use that to adjust it.
Keep doing it, yeah.
That was it.
My nan had a remote control. She had a big bit of like bamboo, and she used to sit in a chair and push the buttons. You remember them buttons? Fucking push the buttons in. That was her remote control because she didn't want to get up.
Yeah, the remote control in my house was me. Whoever the youngest child was the remote control.
You had a choice of 3 channels then as well. So
that's it.
But yeah, the scene where the remote control, the little girl's got a remote control flicking it. That wouldn't have happened. But the house, I thought the decor definitely it was.
Oh yeah, so spot on.
You know, squalor, which it was like.
Because you're looking for mistakes because it's a big American movie, filmed over here and set in the 70s. But yeah, they're spot on. But it's much bigger inside and outside. It seems to be. Because so many people in, But it's a good watch, and it sticks pretty close to the story. But
they turned up there and got turned away.
Yeah,
the Ray Warren didn't even get in the house.
No.
So it goes to show you it's another one that they've used the characters to make a good horror film.
Yeah, there's because any documentary on it, some of them don't even mention them. There's some of the stuff I was looking. I watched a few Enfield ones recently. What have I got next here? Hang on a second. So that's the young girl in the movie, right? And prepare yourself because this is terrifying. This is she would get thrown around and scream as the whatever entity was, and then the room would have its wicked way. You can see all the furniture there. It's been thrown around the room as well. So in reality, that's shocking imagery of the young child being thrown around the room by the demon. Doesn't look anything like a kid jumping off a bed.
It's hard to say, because even the girls, I think, but didn't they come out and say they'd faked it because they wanted a bigger house or something, bigger council place?
Yeah, but then they said they'd faked some of it, and one of them wrote a book. So yeah. But this is the kind of stuff that convinced the journalists at the time, these kind of images. And you would have them saying things, oh, there's no way that they're just jumping about the room like idiots and screaming.
And they got the voices, didn't they? The old boy. Yeah. My name's Bill Wilkins. It's
just...
You've got to make that your ringtone now.
I'd like a minty biscuit.
Yeah. So it's unlike the story behind the first one. This one, the more you look into it, the more fake it all becomes. But I might be wrong. I don't know. Lucifer, do you think otherwise? Do you think there's something behind the Enfield ones?
I don't know. Is my purely honest answer is I don't know. I mean, like you said, photos like these, easy to fake. So easy to fake. And I don't look at photos like these and go, well, that's convinced me. I'm just in the I don't know camp, because it's one of those things I've never really put too much thought into. Like, I've enjoyed watching the documentaries about it. I think it's a great little story and all that. But beyond that, really don't know.
Yeah. Good for TV. Good for film.
Yeah.
I was quite shocked when they came out and said they was doing that next. I thought, oh.
Yeah.
You know, especially hearing about the werewolf one, because it's another one that's based in England, isn't it? Up north somewhere. And the moors, like a bit like American Werewolf.
We'll come back to that in a minute, because I think once everybody sees the werewolf, we'll all be convinced.
That film has got one of the best characters that needs developing. And it's that crooked man. I just think that is something that you need to take and run with that. You could make a good film of the crooked man. The way they did that, it was probably the most. Well, I don't really get scared with them, but it was great to watch, something new. And the way they did it with the little twirly soundbox thing, you know.
Yeah.
When he popped out, I thought, "Fuck me, that's good."
I had a couple of slides of that, but I don't know where they went. They're not on this PowerPoint, so but you're right. That was all really cool. That was all really cool. Hey, peeps.
Hey, peep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nobody gets notifications. YouTube hate me. We've come to that conclusion after the last stream. Yeah, no, Pete's right. Yeah, they just came and visited. That's their modus operandi, really. They just come and visit. Or they say they visited, you know. In some cases, you're kind of like, I think maybe just say they were there.
I found something online that the guy in the Conjuring, who's the old fella who's investigating it. Is his name Warren something? He's got a weird name, isn't he? Like Warren Splice or something like that.
Right.
And he was the one who really did that. That's the truthful part that they put in. He was the guy because he wanted to connect to his daughter who died in a car crash.
That's right.
And I'm pretty sure that he was the one that when the Warrens turned up, basically said, "I don't know who you are."
Yeah.
So off you go.
You know, he was an ex-military guy, wasn't he? He was
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like and he so wanted to believe in something because he wanted to connect to his daughter died in a car crash.
That's I can't think of his name now. I'm sure he had a very strange name like Warren Splice or something like that. But he spent a lot of money as well on the hell of a lot of money investigating that.
I'll look him up. Okay, I can type.
Have your lights gone out? I'm sure there's something behind you, mate. It looks like a nun or something.
Yeah, it's okay. It's somebody who hangs out at Dave's place most nights, but they come and visit me sometimes. because every time I watch Dave, I see something behind him. Yeah, the sun's just going down.
What? Love it.
Oh man, right. Maurice Gross.
Bruce, that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah,
Just as bad.
yeah. And Timothy Spall played in the TV series.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was interesting. Yeah, because it was also, I think, talking about that Wullie rectory with Harry Price. I'm sure that Harry Price went and investigated the Enfield haunting at some point, and then he couldn't find conclusive evidence, so he left.
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, I think that's
He
true
was
as well.
very sceptical, weren't he? Harry Price wasn't. He wanted to get the evidence, which is the Warrens never got. And when they said they had evidence, they never showed anybody.
Well, Harry Price was sceptical. He went in being skeptical. He went in being skeptical in his cases, but the Warrens, it had to be real because that was part of the grift.
Yeah,
you know, part of the grift. You've already kind of filled us in on the fact that practically none of this is based on anything to do with them. This third movie, which if anybody's going to be watching these movies, once you get to the third one, it kind of plays out, I think, like it's a pilot movie for a TV series, kind of approach. And I wouldn't say it was bad, but it's just watchable, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best of the three.
Like I said, I haven't seen the third one, but I have seen the trailer for it. I remember when I was watching the trailer for it, at first I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. And then about halfway through the trailer, I was like, oh, I'm just rolling my eyes. It just seems like all the cliched stuff that we've had in almost every fucking horror movie for the past 20 years. Just rolled into one trailer, and I thought, oh, fuck this.
If they'd taken the first part of it, if they'd just made it all about a court case and had like flashbacks and stuff, it probably would have been a better movie, I think. But it has to become a big movie towards the end with lots of stuff happening. I think it would have been a better movie if they contained it and made it something smaller. But yeah. Spin-offs.
I haven't seen any of the spin-offs. Just haven't cared about them.
I didn't really like that, The Nun. I thought it was boring.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I mentioned to you I was going to watch it the other week. I didn't make it 40 minutes in, I don't think.
No.
I was kind of like very, very kind of bleary-eyed and kind of like, this is not keeping me awake at all.
Yeah.
I shall return. I should return to it because I feel that I need to. Because you never know. It might be a situation with Lucifer and the Conjuring. Maybe it's better than we think.
It's
you don't know.
Yeah, the second one's coming out this year, and it Nun 2.
7-movie Conjuring Universe Blu-ray set. Might be worth getting. If it's cheap, if it's barely, if it's a good enough. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's have a look. We've got
That'll have everything. That'll have Annabelle. Annabelle comes home. Annabelle creation. Annabelle goes down the pub with Bob.
The Robert crossover. Nice. That's what I've been waiting for, man.
Just to stay on the movies then.
Annabelle and Bob go to Vegas.
Right. So this is a Dread Central rating them. Right. And so they've got at the bottom, they've got
La Llorona.
Which I haven't. Yeah, I have no idea about that.
I haven't seen that, but I heard people raving about it when it came out, saying that it was great, and I had no idea it had anything to do with the Conjuring. Me
neither. But it's 5.2, which is half. It's 50%. That's not too bad. They've got the Nun down there. Just is the Nun better than it? Probably.
I think it's probably on a par. I thought both of them were a bit boring. I've got to be honest with you. They seem to have like a monotone sort of way about them. Nothing really much happens apart from what you've seen before. There's just shocking you for no reason.
Annabelle in at number 6.
That's the
Bob.
one with where
With
the
Robert.
Nancy,
It's got
Robert.
Bob.
it's got Bob in it.
That's the one
How
with
can you
Robert.
forget? It's got Bob.
You remember that scene where Robert and his wobbly legs is standing in the hallway?
Yeah.
Yep. So they're not rating them very highly at all, are they? 5.2, 5.3, 5.4.
If that Annabelle's the one with the story about the
doll.
satanic cult, I can't remember now.
Is that Annabelle Comes Home?
No, Annabelle Comes Home is when the daughter of the Warrens gets a babysitter. I think that's the one. That one.
It's a sitcom.
The babysitter's mate comes and lets all the spirits out of the room, out of the special room, and Annabelle gets out. And then there's actually the werewolves in that.
That is a sitcom.
So they bring a load of stuff in there. I'm wondering whether they've started, like you said, Wullie, they start to bring these things in ready for a series.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like introducing a Marvel character in one movie, and then suddenly they're in their own movie, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4, Devil Made Me Do It. That's Conjuring 3. And at number 3, they've got Annabelle Creation.
Yeah, that one.
So that's a sequel.
That's that one there is when the guy makes Annabelle. It goes way back in time. I think it's like in the sort of 18th, 19th century in America, and he makes Annabelle for his daughter, and then the daughter gets ill or something and dies. I don't know. Goes into the dump.
I've only seen the first one, I think. Conjuring 2 in at number 2, and Conjuring 7.5. I thought they've been quite tough with the ratings here, aren't they?
Just a tad.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, we do have ones that they've not rated there, because People Circus has Annabelle Ends. Closely followed by None of Your Business. And yeah, it does all sound a bit Abbott and Costello at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Wow. Right. So yeah.
I mean, they were very clever. James Wan, he's a clever bloke to do what, like you say, Marvel have done, but for horror and bring them in. It's whether they destroy it and it gets too dragged out. You know,
I think it's bound to.
I think it's already there, really, isn't it?
I think so. When people don't really know what's happening and what movies out now, and that's kind of like Marvel right now, isn't it? Nobody's really caring. I'm coming back into their cases here on the web page of the NESPR, New England Society for Psychic Research. Just so we can have a look at the werewolf. There he is.
Fucking hell, he looks like one, doesn't he?
So that's what I was saying.
He looks like he was quite good at rugby, doesn't he?
I am. It does indeed.
How many fingers has he got on that hand? Can we see?
No, they've cropped them off, unfortunately. I think it's 7. But yeah, so yeah, wow. So that's Bill Ramsey. That's the werewolf.
I thought he was one of the Whitakers.
Look at that photograph. There's the evidence, guys. There it is. It's either Bigfoot. Yeah, Bill Ramsey. But here's the thing. They have. There you go. The sun. It's in the sun. He fights cops on all fours.
Yeah, I disturbed him while he was playing Space Invaders on the pier. Fucking hell.
Those were the days.
Yeah, when the sun was half decent. I won't say why.
But look, the Warren visit London. They really got to get somebody to do a wee bit of the proofreading, copy editing on this. During an exorcism in Connecticut, Bill Ramsey begins to physically change into a werewolf. I'm guessing that's the picture there. So good that they actually had to copy and paste it in twice. No actual pictures of him though as a full werewolf, because like you were saying, they'd have no actual evidence of all the things that they saw.
Is that him there in that picture?
I think that is him there, because that's him down here in the middle.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't look as big there though, does he? I mean,
Nah,
you see that first.
He don't look
He looked
very
like-
chuffed, probably because that Cadillac that he got sold by Ed Warren has just broke down.
Yeah, I mean, it's
He don't look right, does he? He don't look right.
not at all. Not at all. It's it didn't look right, poor guy. But yeah, photograph was taken by Bill Warren's girlfriend, or Ed Warren's girlfriend.
He looks like he's purring, doesn't he?
It does.
Wow, I'm a werewolf.
That's it, man. I'm terrified. Yeah, good ones are few and far between. Your man to go to
with you, monkeys.
is Pete. He'll point out some good ones for you. But yeah, so there's nothing in this. There's nothing in most of these, I don't think. But yeah,
He's more scary than some of the films.
He is. But that's him. That's Bill Ramsey, the werewolf of Southend. Yeah. Is there anything that we should mention about the Wardens that we maybe haven't? Because Nick, you know a lot about this.
A lot of shit.
Yeah.
No, only there was a lot of rumours about their life that was all kept under wraps. They were sued quite a few times for like, I think one of them was the Amityville. They worked on, I think they got a ghostwriter in to write about the Amityville horror house and what went on with the Klutzes.
Yep, the Klutzes.
And I'm sure the guy, is it George Klutz? I'm pretty sure he sued them or stopped them doing something because
there definitely was something to do with that. Yeah.
But yeah, they just, I don't know. I mean, it's like anything, isn't it? You know. I mean, I'm sure there are real certified demonologists and psychics out there, but I don't personally think that they were. It was just for the squiller. Just give me the squiller. I had a parrot once. I'll tell you a story about psychics. Right, I had a parrot.
Settling, guys.
Right? And he was the most foul-mouthed parrot you've ever met. I don't know why, because I'm very reserved. And at the time, the person I was with, they thought their house was haunted. They were right into all that sort of thing. So we got these, and they investigators, and they was investigating all the house and everything, and put a cover over the parrot, you know, and he's sitting there, and then the two psychics are sitting in the front room, and everything's dark, and the candles are on, and right, I think I can feel something. I've got a feeling here. Yeah, there was some terrible stuff that went on in this house. Absolutely terrible. And then from the cage, the parrot said, "What a load of old shit." And you couldn't have timed it better. And the worst thing was, he kept going. After that, he went, shit, 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 shit. And I thought, oh no, this ain't gone down very well. So one of them left. And I thought, there you go. That was what, maybe he was psychic, the parrot. I don't know. Maybe
he was eliminating the opposition, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The competition. Well, if we have achieved anything tonight, guys, I don't know if this is good or not. I think Pete's going to start watching all the Conjuring movies. I'm going to be right down there and get that Blu-ray box set.
Give it a go, Pete. The first
give it a
two,
go.
the
Yeah.
first two, I definitely recommend because they're the ones that I've seen and I've enjoyed them. But the first one is definitely the best one. And I do actually recommend that people read the book, The Demonologist. I thought it was a really good book. I had a great time reading it.
It is. And is it still out of print? I'm thinking, I don't know if it's still out of print or not. But you can borrow it from the Internet Library. They have a copy on the Internet Library.
And even though it's
So,
out of print,
get
I've
that.
seen it go for dirt cheap, like secondhand stuff. And it's just one of those books. You'll start reading it and you'll blink and be like, oh shit, I'm at the end already. Like, how the fuck did this happen? It's such an easy but enjoyable read.
Yeah.
And then you can class yourself as one, like Ed Warren did.
That's it. Because you have all the knowledge.
I'm sure I've got a book somewhere. I'll have to look for it. Hold on.
However, if you read The Demonologist and then you see the other books, don't bother with the other books. The other books are called like Graveyard, Haunting, Werewolf, Dark Harvest. Yeah, don't bother with those because the Demonologist, it's someone who has sat down with the Warrens and talked to them directly and then written down what they've said and everything. The other ones, it's someone who sat down with the Warrens, talked to them, and then talked to someone else who has then talked to someone else and got that person to write it. And it just doesn't work.
No.
I think the ghosts have got me. Carry on.
Here we go. An arm wrestling link to Pet Cemetery. Interesting.
Oh.
Wonder if Sylvester Stallone will get involved.
I'll be disappointed if he didn't. Very disappointed.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, can't find it. Can't find it. But I'm sure it was something like that, demonologist. But it was about a guy in America who was like the top demonologist who works with the Catholic Church. I think it was like a modern day Ed Warren.
Right.
But he gives you spells in there to conjure up demons and stuff. So
Nice.
I fancy a bit of that.
Conjuring up the demons.
First part of the spell, get yourself a single malt. Second part, get a Spider-Man outfit. Third part, get some lube.
Oh.
And for afters, fish and chips. Yeah.
Look at that. We've only mentioned the ingredients, and Wullie's already sinking into the darkness because of it.
I don't know.
See behind there.
I'm involved in getting some stuff ready to bring up on screen before we're done for the night. In case we get any newbies watching. YouTube allows them.
I can see something behind you there, mate. It's definitely that Bill Wilkins.
Yep.
I'm behind you. I'm rearranging your DVDs.
Put them in alphabetical order for you.
No. I want all the Hammer movies in the one place. Tell you what, if he does that, he's out of here. It's funny. I've got there's no stories written about this, unfortunately, that I've heard yet. But it does have noises. You know, it's got noises and things that you hear at night time and that, which is nice. I like that.
What, in your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the same here. We got because this is like a 17th century, like cottage, tiny little cottage.
Yeah.
And we have some weird shit goes on in this house. We come home sometimes and like the hatch that goes to the loft, that's open, and the dogs just stand there just staring at like something at the wall. Although I do think both of them have got a bit of dementia, so that might be the reason why. But yeah, we have some weird things go, like even to the point of today, my slippers kept moving about around the house. And this is me. I can't remember doing it. But yeah, we have weird. The candles go moving about all over the place. My wife's got all the candles and that. They go all over the shop.
Ooh. So Pete's found a book about dominoes called The
Pete,
Dominologist.
Pete, you get demonologist and I'll get dominologist, and we will exchange reviews. All right.
Hey, Jake. Haven't seen you around. Good to see you.
Jake.
Hello, Jake.
Been a while.
Hope you're keeping well, man.
Yeah. Yeah, what else we missing here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had no. You had Not My Monkey at single malt. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've got like if anybody does watch this that doesn't know who we are, YouTube let them. That was a great show we had going the other week there. That was a fantastic show.
Right?
Bride of the Monster. It just felt good. It felt like it was going to be one of the greatest, and then YouTube took us down.
Bastards.
Oh, he's got a copy. Nice.
Excellent. Hope you enjoy it, Pete. Once you've read it, let me know what you think.
I need to go in and bid against him now. I'm going to get it. Oh, right. Okay. I don't even remember if I put the links in the bottom. I probably didn't. I need to go in and do that. Because it was rescheduled. So these things happen. We are also on Twitter right now, with nobody watching us on Twitter. And we are also on Facebook right now, with nobody watching us on Facebook.
Yay!
No, there's people watching. There always is. Yeah, it's nobody's getting notifications. It's like it's very annoying. Yeah, but yeah, usually 8 o'clock every second Thursday. Well, just check every Thursday, because the next one's going to be 3 Thursdays for me. So just check. 8 o'clock on a Thursday, probably, maybe, who knows. But we have London Gothic. The website is probably the best place to go. Is that right, Nick?
Yeah, you can order it there.
Is there anything you want to tell the people, anything that's coming up that you're working on, anything that's happening? You're doing quite a few conventions.
Nah, not really. I'm an unsociable bastard.
All right, okay. Right. I tried my best.
We're at HorrorCon in a couple of weeks up in Sheffield.
Cool.
And I think after that, I'm at Brighton with some strange fucking weirdo. I don't know who he is.
You mean you've resurrected Ed Warren from the grave?
He's
Yeah.
he's always like trying to touch me up and stuff.
Yeah, so, but you never tell me to stop.
So yeah, me and Luce are at Brighton.
Yep, that's right. Ready to cause carnage.
Because we want to
if you ever wondered why I don't go south of the border. Right, cool. Yeah, all your kind of you've got all the stuff up here.
Everything's on there. And I'm looking at MCM, so I want to give that a go this year.
Okay, cool.
October. But yeah, everything's on there. There's a little preview of pages on there. I'm pretty sure.
Do we have something new?
Yeah, if you click that, go up a bit, and then you'll see that white bit there to take a peek. We've got some of the pages in there that you can view.
There you go.
If they happen up.
If they load.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll click on one and see what happens. No. Okay. Right. Just while we've done this, you better check your webpage out, Nick.
I'll get onto the web designer who always says that nothing's wrong with it and it's never his fault.
I was on just the other day and the pages were loading, but I don't know if it's been changed, if new pages have been put up. Maybe that's what it is.
Could be. Yeah. I'll message him in a minute.
Yeah.
In my usual happy manner.
I can just imagine that. Should we all help Nick put together this message?
Yeah. We went online to show everybody the whole world what we had. Nothing was there.
But it does. But it does look. It looks great. Not those pages that we didn't see, but if you did see them, they do look great because I was on it and it looks good stuff.
We've got chapter 2. We're working on that at the moment. That's coming along really well at the minute. I've seen a lot of the pages, and Mike's, he's bang on it.
Excellent. Anyway, that's London Gothic. Everybody get a copy of London Gothic. And is the second one is that still up on either Indiegogo or Kickstarter or something?
No, we finished Kickstarter. We got that
So it's all
funded.
done. So it's done.
Yeah, that's all done. It's just getting that fulfilled, which I think it's about July, and then just punting it out there really. Get people on it. It can't be. It won't be until tomorrow, mate. Pete, look tomorrow.
Just straight in there.
You'll know. Look, some body's been found in the Kent area with an apple bag shoved up his rectum.
Oh, right. That was one of the 10,000 cases that the Warrens were looking into, I think. It was the rector's rectum, I believe. But yeah. Anyway, I have a lovely webpage here with all 4 issues.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And
complete story.
And you can now order the trade paperback as well.
Ooh.
If you go to the store, you can get hold of the trade paperback. You can also you can pre-order the first of the new T-shirts that we're doing, which you can see displayed there. We got some new merch coming on the way. There's 2 T-shirt designs, enamel pins, patches, and limited edition Zippo lighters, which will both be limited to just 10 pieces worldwide. So there's a lot to look forward to. And in a couple of weeks' time, we're hoping to have a 12-page preview go up for Lady Satan as well.
Excellent.
That's awesome, mate. That is awesome.
Thank you.
I'm guessing Pete will be able to get part 2 of London Gothic on the website once it's done.
Yeah. Yep. No, you could go on it now. I mean, I hope that link's working. Otherwise, you know,
you missed
that might be a bit of you'll hear it from wherever you are.
Right, cool. But yeah, this is all looking great.
Yeah, pre-order.
I have that T-shirt.
Oh yes,
yes.
I believe I do too, and I'm pretty certain that Nick does as well.
I'm sure I've got one of yours, haven't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that one? Yeah.
Yep. So this is Christian Rose's. That was his first Lady Satan image that he did, wasn't it?
Yes, that was. Yeah. And let me tell you, he's been killing it on this book. Like there's stuff in Ed Gein that I'm willing to bet some people saw and went, fucking hell, like he must have had trouble getting Christian to draw that. And it's like, nope, not whatsoever. And there's stuff in Lady Satan that is just 10 times worse. And Christian's just like, awesome, can't wait to draw that. And I'm like, I like you, Christian. There's a reason we get on.
Good man.
I mean, like everyone always goes on about the double page spread from issue 1 of Ed Gein Demon Hunter, which I think is fucking awesome. Right.
Hang on a second to remember how to do this. There we go.
Right. Everyone loves that double page spread.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I think the double page spread for issue 1 of Lady Satan is going to top it.
That's what I like to hear.
Are they the same amount of pages, and you're going to do a run of them, are you, Luke?
Yeah. Lady Satan was meant to be a graphic novel, and it kind of still is, but now it's separated across 3 issues, and each issue is 36 pages.
Yeah.
So a little bit longer than the single issues of Ed Gein, but yeah, it's Ed Gein has like that dry wit to it in places. Lady Satan is just a straight up violent, disturbing revenge horror thriller. Like there's no laughs coming this way.
I'm all over that.
Excellent.
Fab. All right, so we're ready to find if I have forgotten to put the links in there, because if you put in Terrier Comics, you find me. If you put in London Gothic, you find Nick. If you put in Lucifer Storm, funnily enough, you find Lucifer. So it's Google's awfully good that way. But yeah, so I'm desperately hoping that I get Ales of Dark out before Christian finishes Lady Satan, that's for sure. But it is happening. I'm nearly there. It's taken forever and a day, but it's no longer. What was it? Oh, mine are not loading either, Nick. Oh, there you go. It's no longer 52 pages. It's 102 pages, interior pages now, rather than 52. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's worth the wait.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So if you get on the old website here, you can click on this tab and get yourself down to get your name down for Tales of Mystery and Imagination, which has been complete for a year. But I refuse to start the campaign until I've got Tales of Dark out there in the wild for my own sanity more than anything. You can also, there you go. There it is. You can click on it and go there. There you go. What am I doing? I'm clicking on things that you don't see because that's not the way StreamYards works. You can also get some cool stuff on TeePublic and Redbubble from links here. I'm one of the lucky people that Redbubble aren't actually going to charge. So that's good because now they've started charging people the tiers. So I guess my stuff looked good enough for them or something. I don't know. It's got to be a reason like that because I know one thing for a fact. There's no loads of them selling. So get yourself to Redbubble and buy a t-shirt. Do you keep changing the name of this channel? Well, no, I don't. I change things on the header. But the channel is always the same. Yeah. So it's not been changed at all. So I don't know what's up there. So everything's usually Terrier Comics, linked to Terrier Comics. So the same with the YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure it's just linked to Terrier Comics. But I will change the header because it's as time's gone on, it's become more horror based than anything. So that's the thing. But yeah, that's us. Together we are the Terrible Trio. Yeah.
Are we going to do this regular then?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, if we can get one of these out every month, find something worth getting together for and do it. So we didn't do what was suggested originally. It was either Not My Monkeys or Pete that suggested that we do something where we, with old movies that were crap that we force each other to watch.
Which I'm still down for.
Or was that me that suggested? I don't know.
I think it was Nick. No, it was Robert.
It was Robert.
Always Robert.
It was. Definitely. That's who it was.
It's a puppet.
It's a puppet. But yeah, so let's do that then. We'll have something else because the unofficial one was our pagan special. This was our antidote to Star Wars on May the 4th. Almost as if by magic. I say Star Wars and you've typed in Persis Combata. Wow. What a strange world we live in, guys. So do we have ideas for the next one? Do we know what we're going to do? Do we do a ranking show? Do you want to rank something?
We could do. I mean, I was going to suggest that we do one on the Phantasm movies because I fucking love them. And I need an excuse to watch them again. I thought that could be a good one.
I'm happy with that. How many is there then? I thought there's only one.
5.
Oh, fuck me.
Not 5
right now. We're busy.
When's the next show?
I said maybe we'll do one a month so you get plenty of time. Maybe. Is there not more than 5?
Yeah, there's 5. Phantasm, Phantasm 2, Phantasm 3, Lord of
Phantasm
the Dead,
4, Phantasm 5.
Phantasm Oblivion, and then Phantasm Ravager.
All right. Okay. There's not another one. There's not like a.
Yeah, Phantasm Bob.
It's the Bob. Have they remade it yet? They've not remade that yet, have they?
No, they've not remade it.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're getting all the thumbs up in the chat there.
I do like to try occasionally.
The viewers have spoken. That's what it is.
Right. I haven't seen the last one.
Now.
Yeah, so it looks like the Terrible Trio will be back with the Terrible Phantasms. Actually, Phantasm's good. I like Phantasm.
Hell yeah.
If we do Phantasm, we could probably squeeze Beastmaster in there as well. Was that not Don Coscarelli?
I have no idea. Never seen it. But if it is,
yeah, Sword and the Sorcerer, that was another one, wasn't it? Did he do that?
No, that was the late great Albert Pyon that did that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a classic. What a film that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was Don Coscarelli did that as well. I'm getting old and doddery. I'm not too sure. Well, I'll ask this guy behind me. Was that Don Coscarelli that did Beastmaster?
Oi, Robert, answer him.
Yes. Okay. So that's that then. We're done. Just so you typed that right there and didn't be typo would have just changed everything. Right, okay. Well, we'll do that then. We'll do the next one is going to be the phantasmagorical. So it is.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Right. So thanks everybody for joining us. Nick, Lucifer. Cheers, mate. That's been a lot of fun. Do we believe in spirits and demons, and do we believe there's such things as clairvoyance and
we as
demonologists?
All the royal we.
I believe in demons and ghosts. I don't know about
right. Lucifer?
But then I think they're people. Like demons.
It would take too long to answer that one. But I lean more towards, hold on, I'm going to get it right, more towards what Nick's saying than anything. But it would take a good few hours to answer that one. Okay, interesting. Right. Mine's quite short. It's all bullshit. Total bullshit. Not a bullshit. No ghosts, no demons.
You're going to get a visit tonight, mate. First one at 12 o'clock. Watch it.
I'm tempting fate. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting it. I need it. But it's not going to happen.
Knock at the door.
Yeah.
Scrooge.
Get off.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, my name's Wullie. Oh shit, wrong house.
Right, okay. On that note, I need to remember how to use this part of StreamYards again to get us the hell out of here. But yeah, that was us. That was a terrible trio. Thanks, guys. We shall see you probably just over a month's time with the Phantasm special. Lucifer and I will be back in a month, though, actually in about 3 weeks' time with with Stella, the radical cartoonist, who you may remember. And we're going to be looking at dystopian science fiction. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Which is it's all going to be very highbrow and intelligent. So yeah, please
for
join
at least
us for
5
that.
minutes.
At least 5 minutes. It's going to be. It's going to be. No, it will be. Stella will keep us on track, I'm pretty sure. So thanks, guys, one more time, and we're out of here. Thanks, chat. Seeing you.
Take care.
See ya.
God bless you all. Take care.